first, like, how did you first come into the Femme House fold? How did you discover Femme House? And
I discovered Femme House. I remember going to a Sophie Tucker show at Audio SF in San Francisco, and
nice,
LP,
back in the day.
yeah, back in the day, and LP opened for them, and she was wearing this like long sleeve white jumpsuit, looking like a boss on stage. And I just remembered, and that show was for like Animal Talk, so it was like a promotion for the label, and that just kind of stayed in my head. And then later on, when I started kind of learning how to DJ and I was looking for things to get involved, I remember I was like, oh, that lady LP, like she was cool. I wonder what she's about. And that's kind of how I found FemHouse. I went into your website and I found your email, and then I emailed LP and reached out to her and like, hey, how can I get involved? I love everything that you're doing. And she was very nice and reached back and just like, what do you want to do? Whatever you want. And that's the best kind of response that an artist can expect to get. So yeah.
At that point, were you already producing music, or were you just like, were you
No, I was
like,
still very beginning. Like, still, I hadn't even learned how to play on like proper DJ decks yet. I was still DJing on Ableton, like using an APC 40, not really knowing what I was doing, but just trying to do it. Yeah, it was all very new to me. So, yeah, she was actually one of the first people that gave me a chance to play for real people, which was really cool.
what show was that?
It was the Madrone Art Bar. That was my first solo show ever, the first time I ever played alone and had to figure things out. And I'm so honored that that was with LP and with Barb's. That was such an amazing memory.
God, these are literally OG when we were just building this shit. Remember?
Yeah, I think it was at the very beginning of FemHouse, so I'm glad to have been with you guys from back then.
Yeah. I mean, it's an honor for us to have had you with us that entire time and to watch you grow into this like really awesome producer. You
Oh,
just made a really banging ass EP that I can't wait for everybody to hear.
yeah, I'm excited to share with the world. It's been a long journey. I was a terrible student for a really long time. I'm a very much a perfectionist, and I wanted to like learn how to do things the right way, like right away. But very impatient with myself as well. So it took definitely a couple of years to get over the learning curve of producing in Ableton. Um, Also coming from a photo and video background, everything was just so different for me, like the software specifically.
Different
But
brain for sure.
yeah, so it was definitely really hard to learn producing at first, but I had a really good and patient teacher um, who lives with me, so I'm very grateful for that.
How did the community sort of, how have you sort of, I guess, what is my question here? How has the community shown up for you, like through all that, like growth, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I know you just named specifically like you weren't really a great student because you're so ambitious, so perfectionist.
Yeah. I think honestly, just like I'm just so inspired by everyone that I've been able to meet through FemHouse. And I remember, well, about 3 years ago, I moved to LA from the Bay Area, and you guys did a session with like a live session in the studio with Bianco and Mini Bear. I can't remember who else was there, but I just remember like leaving so inspired from that session. And Bianco is now like one of my favorite artists. I love everything that they do, every single track that they put out. I'm listening to it. I'm there. So yeah, I think just getting inspired and being able to be a mirror to them as well. And
Ooh, a mirror. We like that.
yeah, yeah, just good vibes and get inspired by other badass people.
What would you say to folks sort of maybe standing on the outside looking in, maybe feeling a little bit afraid to get started or join the
Mhm.
Femhouse fam? Like, what would your advice be as a grizzled veteran of
I
our
think I think Femhouse to me is a safe space. I think every workshop I've attended, the class that I've taken, people that I've met, like it's always just felt like a safe space for artistic expression of any form. And I think if people are afraid, like, just don't be afraid because it is a safe space and people are here to embrace whatever it is that makes you different, whatever it is that lights your heart. So every time people come to me and they're like, yeah, I'm trying to learn how to make music, I'm always just like, Femme House, start there. They have everything that you need. Just go there, start there, and you won't regret it. So that's always my answer when people ask me, how do I start producing music? Go to Femme House.
Go to Femme House.
Yeah.
We're gonna make T-shirts that say
Yes.
our next batch of merch is gonna say go to Femme House.
Just go there. They have everything you need. Don't stop looking. Here's your solution.
Well, Eula, it's been so cool watching you level up and continue to level up, and um, I remember that night at Madrone. I remember that night at Audio. I remember that session with Bianca, which is a little further back in the rearview mirror now,
Mm-hmm.
and you were different and stepping into a new part of yourself at every single one of those junctures. I remember all those shows at W.
Hmm.
It's just been it's so cool to watch you step into your power little by little over these
Thank
years.
you.
And we can be more proud to be just the tiniest part of your journey. So thank
Yeah.
you for being a really dope community member and for being an
Aw.
inspiration to the next generation.
Thank you. Yeah. I hope that FemHouse just continues to grow more and more. And ultimately, my goal as an artist and as part of the community is just I just hope everybody wins,